Away Nurseries here. We're in the first week of April, and we got a lot of plants we're covered back up again. Normally this house would be uncovered this time of year because tonight we're going to be down in the mid to lower 20s for lows. By the weekend we're going to be up near mid 70s for highs, and lows in the 50s at night. So we're on kind of a roller coaster here in Avon, and so that's making it a little more challenging to keep plants looking good. But this is a plant, the Phlox subulata is a really easy plant. We're protecting it because obviously we don't have it planted in the ground, but still looking great. We want the flowers to be good. This plant is a plant that can really take some of this early cold too. So you can see we've been shipping a little bit of it, but we've got a whole house full here, and I've got several others in really nice color right now. It's a fairly easy plant to grow. We start most of it from a URC, which is an unrooted cutting on the soil. We root those, and then we take the plugs and transplant them into the gallons here, the 19 centimeters, and we kind of fill them out. Things we manage with this, water is a real critical one, and sometimes we'll put some shade on the hot parts of the summer to help cool them down because they don't really love that heat to grow. But we've got really nice plants and really well rooted, so you can see we're real can full, and really nice plants are full to the edge of the can, so they make nice, this is also called creeping phlox, so it spreads across the ground and can kind of form a mat or an area, and it's used a lot in like rock gardens and rock walls. You can use it around pathways or just in the landscape itself, so lots of uses for it, but really easy to care for. We've kind of moved over to another house. This is hosta in this house. We've got lots. You can see they're starting to come up. Some of the things we look at here with growing hosta at Willoway is we do use a PGR to kind of get more breaks in it, more evenness into it. We do one application. We do clean them up this time of year. In the winter, we overwinter this with plastic over the top, and we leave that on until we get into spring here. And then we just come in with a rake, and they're all can to can in the middle of the house. We just rake the top foliage off. It comes off pretty cleanly. And then we just kind of go through. They've been fertilized with a top dress, slow release, 4 to 5 months. So you've got a good fertilizer package in them. They're well rooted. These would be big plants. So hosta's a growing. We have lots of varieties. Too many for me to name off in this, but from large to the very tiny ones. So a good selection. Some of the stuff, we're at 215 for growing degree days, and there's kind of a big list of stuff that's starting to get going. So insects are starting to get on the radar, especially that early season. So we've got large case bearer, the larvae are starting to feed. Spongy moth, actually the eggs are hatched, which used to be gypsy moth, but now it's called spongy moth. Azalea lacewing bugs hatch. Spruce spider mites hatch. Elm leaf miner adult emergence. And then at 230, we're a little ahead, but honey locust spider mites egg hatch. So lots of stuff starting to happen as the plants are waking up. The insects are following right along with them. So some of the things that you can get around this 215 areas, Regent serviceberries in full bloom, coral burst crabapples in full bloom, and common chokeberries in full bloom. So some of the indicator plants that you could use for your area. All right, we moved over to some of our grasses. This is blue fescue, really nice early season, cool season grass. So I kind of have two distinctions for growing of these. One is the cooling season grasses. So blue fescue grows really well in this cooler weather. In the summer, it kind of almost goes through a sort of dormancy. So we do run shade on this in the summertime. This is generally, this canning was done in August, and they're really slow to root in August unless we have the shade on. And then it's just a low amount of water until we get them in fall, and they really start to take off in the fall when the temperatures start going down. So one distinction with cool season grasses is they really like that spring fall. We have like the other grasses like Carl Forster reedgrass, for example. Those are warm season grasses. Those really like to go once the temperatures start to get up in the summer, and you'll see they do really well through the summer months and grow exceptionally well. Right now they're just starting to come out of dormancy because we really just don't have that degree day buildup. So inside the houses they're a little farther along, but if you were in the landscape you wouldn't see anything happening with them. So those have to be careful this time of year when we can those, that we protect them from and regulate how much water we're putting on them. It's critical when they're from plugs in this early season, March, April, that we have protection. So we run those under clear poly. That gives us two things: water control, but it also gives us the ability to control how much we can build the heat in the house, so we can get them going a little faster. Hi, one of the plants in spring we always like do a lot of different things with is peony. This crop was actually planted last fall, bare root, and so two things that were really important in the growing of this is monitoring moisture in the beginning of the growing. Bare root, when it stays too wet for too long, it kind of wants to rot off, and peony's kind of slow to come out of that, especially in the fall. So you can see they're really sprung up here now. We did a PGR in the fall on the crowns, and then we do it in the spring as well. And what that helps is get more breaks in the plants. So we're trying to kind of build you a little more body to it. And then the other part is we start with a larger division, so we have a bigger plant that you'll get right out the gate. So that kind of a couple of things that set us apart just from the growing aspects of the peony. These are Sarah Bernhardt around me. We do Kansas. So there's old varieties. We also do the Ito peonies as well. I also took part of this crop and moved it into our cooler, so we have some that's dormant or held back different stage. So we talked in the past about staged crops, and this is one we'll have a staged crop. So we'll have peonies will be, when these are about done blooming, those will just be starting to get going. So we'll have a staged crop, so we'll have a longer shelf life of availability for the peonies that we're growing. So really nice crop coming. As you can see, they really, spring is kind of, they want to go. We put them in these temperature controlled houses so we can pull cold air, so we're still holding them back a little bit. The peony really wants to go early season.